The saxophone definitely has a very distinct, unique sound over any other instrument. I feel like, strings or even other woodwinds. There's a reason why everyone thinks it's cool and why it has such a presence, you know what I mean? And it's because there's just no other sound like it. There's like a warmth and a resonance, and it just seems to cut through. It's like the perfect amount of high, low, and mid to where it just like stands out. That is part of what drew me in, even from a younger age without me even knowing it. I'm Saxl Rose, and I play saxophone and guitar, and I've worked with a bunch of bands and artists you might know, like Wiz Khalifa, Paramore, JoJo, and I'm signed to a record label called Next Paradigm. My record just went #1 on Smooth Jazz Radio. My pain at my worst, like my worst flares, have been awful, like especially before my treatment, before they found the tumor like in my colon with the medicine that I'm on. I've been in remission since, so I haven't really had any major flare-ups since 2012, which is cool. But before then, it was terrible, like debilitating, not able to get up, just feeling like it's in knots, someone just like grabbing and squeezing, and just on the floor, nausea, anything you can think of in that realm, like really, really bad, just not able to do anything. If my Crohn's was a style of music, I think it would be like metal or something like that. It'd be super metal. I love metal. I play with a lot of metal bands playing sax. If it was a style of music, I feel like it'd be pretty metal because it's pretty gnarly. The first time I remember using music to, express that discomfort and what I was dealing with, especially in regards to Crohn's, the song Dreamscape, for instance, is kind of like a good example of that. I recorded that song just on really a whim. Like, I've been recording songs in that style of just like lo-fi instrumental type stuff because I like listening to that. I remember like listening back to it and being like, man, I don't even remember like doing all that. You catch this flow and then you just ride it out, and then sometimes like you get to the end of the flow and you're like, I don't even remember stopping to think like, is this a good idea or should I do this? Like, you just do it and then you look back and it's over. I would say 99.9% of all my music happens like that, where I'm just going for it, and Crohn's is the center of that story I told you, which automatically means it's the center of that song as well, just by nature. So I think the sax entering in that portion is just me like almost reminding myself of the obvious, which is like, you've had this thing all along, it's always been here. It's just pay attention, you know what I mean? Like, listen to yourself, listen to, even with Crohn's, like listen to your body, to what it's telling you, you know what I mean? It's kind of like almost a reflection of that same concept. The music just helps me do that me work in a way where I can talk to people, and I have people in my life who are willing to listen all day about the same things as much as I want, but I still have to do the work to address those feelings and deal with those feelings and come to terms with those feelings as well. So having something like music where I can channel all those things and create something, let that live in its place, like wherever that is. Like, I have a song where if I feel like that again, I can listen to that song, or I can go create another song similar to it now that I've established that I can create it. If you're human, you deal with those emotions. I would highly recommend finding some way to and it doesn't have to be music. It can be anything that you're passionate about. Because when you're passionate about it, you'll find ways to bring a piece of you into it. So music just happens to be that thing for me. It could be like art or dance or cooking or whatever for someone else. You know what I mean? It's almost like planting like a seed and seeing the flower grow. It's like, oh, I did that, and it just feels good. So yeah.